Okay. Oh, audio looks good. Perfect. Oh, gosh, it's been a week. So, hello everyone. We are gonna just do some fresco today. This is gonna be a very kind of easygoing session today. And so far, so good. Last Friday, I had a little problem. I'm not sure if it was on Behance's side or the local network here or whatnot, but we did have some issues with the quality of the stream, which is really unfortunate. We did some cool stuff in Illustrator. We made a grungified vector skull. And today we're gonna do some more kind of spooky skull stuff inside of Fresco. So, welcome, and say hi. If you have anything to pop into the chat, go ahead and do so. I do keep tabs on the chat, and will respond to you. Right on. So, I've got new branding. I simplified it and took away a lot of clutter. I made the screen bigger so you can see things better. And in addition, I was branding stuff per what Adobe Education had given me, but it's just too infantile. I just can't deal with it. So I'm using my own stuff now. But still streaming on their behalf. Yes. All right. So I've got just a basic standard A4 document right here inside of Fresco, and I haven't used Fresco in a while, so this will be fun. They do change things every once in a while inside of Fresco. I don't know what's new. Who knows? One thing, this is spring break starting this week. I taught my last class before spring break yesterday afternoon. So I am technically on break now, which is pretty awesome. Especially because I've got a number of really large projects coming up that I need to take care of, and spring break is going to help me with that because I can focus on them. All right. So let's see, what do we want to do here? I'm not sure what kind of brushes I want to use for this. If anybody has any suggestions, I need a really big pixel brush for the background here. You know, I used to have those really big, I can't remember what they were called. It was a specific brush library that I used to use all the time, and I found it really, really neat to use. Let's see. This might work. Scratchy bristles. Let's just push that up a bit. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, let me know how everybody's doing in the chat. How is your week going? Do you perhaps have a spring break coming up here for yourself? Yeah, it looks like my stream's pretty stable today, which is awesome. Let's take this down a bit. Let's see. Wow, okay. That's pretty cool. So there's some kind of dynamics going on here with this brush. Yeah, I'm just laying down some background at this point, so you know, just very free form. And that's one of the things I like about doing streams with Fresco like this, where I'm just sort of drawing, painting. It is very relaxed, right? So much prep has to go into some of these. But other ones like this don't have that much prep. It's not a big deal. Slow down on this one. Let's go back. Undo, 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 undo. Yeah. Just add a little red. A little kiss of red here and there. All right. So that's pretty grungy looking. See a bunch of people just popped in. Hello. Welcome. Please say hi. All right, let's go ahead and create a new layer. I don't know. I'll go ahead. Oh, there's a go-go brush. Let's try out the go-go brush. What does that look like? Oh yeah, it does go-go. Wonderful. All right, I am going to do some basic form building here. In this new layer. You'll have to forgive me. I mean, you don't have to, but when I do stuff like this, sometimes it, when I do things that are more just straight up me sketching or painting or whatever, you know, sometimes I'm not as talkative. So, not that anybody comes here for for the chat, right? Behance is not the platform for chit chat, is it? I mean, I can chit chat, but you all are kind of bound to the chat. Text chat, right? All right. These. So basically what I'm doing here with this is just trying to find I mean, I almost feel like this is kind of like 3D modeling, you know? I mean, it's not 3D modeling at all, but you know, it's the same sort of thing as you're like pushing and pulling and just like expanding and just trying to find out like where this thing that you're trying to build fits in. Yeah, I mean, it's always a process doing things like this. So we're gonna build upon what we have here. One of the most important things, of course, straight off, is making sure that the proportions of everything you're sketching out are correct before you start adding many details. Because, right, if they're wrong, then what happens? Well, what happens is, then you screw up the whole thing pretty much, because you're building your details on something that is flawed from the beginning. And you can't do that. If that happens, you know, you're just kind of messing it up for yourself. You know, I'm using just pixel brushes here, but maybe I want to swap over to some of the live brushes. I always like the live brushes. And we are, this is, I wasn't sure what direction I was going with this, like if I was going to do something more vectory, but I did that with Illustrator last time, so probably not. In a case like this, let's go ahead and it's leaning toward painterly, right? So let's go with it. I'm gonna use my live brush with acrylics. So oils, or acrylics, oils. Yes. So again, how's everybody doing? Feel free to say hi in the chat. Let me know what you're up to on this. In my case, it's Friday morning. I'm sure it differs for a lot of you, but you know, I always go for oil paint chunky. I don't know why. But yeah, okay, let's create a new layer. We're gonna use this layer pretty much as a guide layer. I've sort of got what I'm looking for there. And let's go ahead and just make this kind of large. this might be too large, but what I basically want to do is just sort of use a big brush and just fill this in. Like this is something I do appreciate a lot about fresco, is how closely I can emulate the way I work with oils and acrylics, charcoal, watercolors, and other things inside of the digital space here, right? So you might think the jaw, the lower face, is a bit elongated in this case, but what I'm actually going to do is have the jaw open here. So that's why it looks a little weird as I'm laying down these initial layers. It's something we will remedy. All right, cool. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and do some additional stuff here. So switching to black. Let's lay the foundation for these areas. And yeah, because I am using live brushes here, we do get nice blending and mixing of the paints as we go through and lay that down, right? So, anybody have anything interesting happen this week? You know, it's funny because, especially during, you know, peak COVID and everything, things were. It was very difficult to communicate with students well over Zoom because you'd ask questions and things like that, and you just get a bunch of blank stares back, you know. And not that that doesn't happen in a classroom situation too, which it absolutely does, but I do often feel like these streams, you know, it's sort of the same kind of thing where it's like very, very much me talking to myself, right? Which is It's something. It is something for sure. Now let's do a little test here. It's pretty good, I guess. Trying to get the sizing for teeth here. They're too big. Ah. Too big, too big, too damn big. Undo, 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 undo. Wipe that grin off your face. Now. All right. There we go. This gives me more control. It was just too big. The teeth were all sort of blending together last time. This way I can control it much better. So again, hope all is well with everyone out there. And for the doctors and the dentists that are watching right now, which I'm sure there are many, yeah, this is not going to be biologically accurate. So, it's fine. Seriously though, what's everybody up to? Because talking to myself, I can do whenever, you know? Oh, gosh, I love this composition. I'm gonna turn the music up a little. caught that. Let me turn it back down. Little self-indulgence without any chat here. So yeah, that's actually from release from, was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. Stagger with an extra R. I like to play with words. You can get it on Spotify, Apple Music, all the normal spots. Amazon. Joseph, you sure are spending a lot of time with these teeth. It's important to take care of your teeth, everyone. Always remember. You know, I do think sometimes people need a reminder. I need a reminder. And, you know, that track coming on kind of gave me that reminder. Where it's like, you know, you forget that, you know, you produce some cool stuff. We all do as creatives, right? And I always have a problem with self-promotion. Unfortunately. To my detriment. But yeah, remember that, you know, anything you do that's creative, there's gonna be people out there who enjoy your work. There's going to be people who think your work is absolute garbage or have some other problem with it or you, and some of that stuff gets personal. To create is to become willingly vulnerable to your fellow man. And most of the people out there are not friendly, right? They are not. They are... It's a sad thing. They are so... Sometimes... Sometimes. Many times. Lots and lots of times. Can be very Well, I've spent a lot of time on these teeth. Maybe I should move on to something else. But, yeah. People aren't that nice. There's kind of, you know, there's two main sort of feelings around human nature, right? There's the view that people are innately good. And there's the view that people come into this world flawed. And maybe even, you know, could use the terms like evil. I'm kind of in the second camp. I do think that people come into the world not so good. And I mean, it's easy to see that this is true in my view. And look at all the stuff that goes on in the world, right? Look what's going on right now. People are innately selfish and inconsiderate. And we feel that, right? When you put your work out, you feel that. And it can suck sometimes. But keep on going. Because there's no choice, right? If you're a creative type person, you get like a buildup, right? It's like a buildup of, for lack of a better or more well-defined term, there's a buildup of what could be called creative energy. And it must be released, right? What a silly little skull we've made. So I am just building up from what we've got here. Little smudge play, right? Just kind of letting this stuff do its thing. One mistake with eyes, or eye sockets, I guess, is to, you gotta be careful not to make them too round, because they're not quite round. Oh! Hello, Flamid. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Hello, Angela. You as well. Yeah, Dia de los Muertos. Yeah, I've been on a skull kick lately. I did some skull stuff last week, and Fresco is just, I don't know, screaming for skulls. I remember when I was when I was a little child, way back when, we had on Saturdays. So I grew up in New England, Massachusetts. On Saturdays, they would play Saturday mornings, actually, like a set of like old horror or sci-fi films. I don't know if anybody's ever seen a film called The Killer Shrews, but I always thought, because they used to play these all the time, so you'd see the same production over and over again, right? Because they didn't have a whole lot of variety. It was like a local, it might have been like a Boston station or something, I don't know. But yeah, they had The Killer Shrews, which they played quite a bit. They had like Attack of the Giant Gila Monster. They played quite a bit. They had one called, I think it was called The Screaming Skull. And it was one of those cool, like, Hammer-esque, you know, films set in Britain. And, yeah, I mean, the effects weren't that great. But, you know, stuff like that makes an impression, right? This jaw just needs to be overall larger. Let's do some surgery here. This is one of the nice things I like about activities like this, like painting and related arts, right? Is it's just kind of how things, you know, you change things as you're going along, you know? It's like, oh, I need a little more cheekbone here. That's fine. You can do that. Let's balance it out over here. Actually, let's undo that. That's not the best. Socket needs to be, yeah. You just refine things. The process of refinement, I think, is what I tend to like about stuff like this. Like, you know, you throw it down pretty rough and tumble at the beginning, and then it becomes, right? Through the process, it becomes. Yeah, it looks like my stream is being nice and stable today, which is super after last week's mess. Oh, I love the work I actually did last week. It's just unfortunate that things did not behave as well as we would like, right? So at this point, it's kind of like, all right. I've been painting in the wrong layer the whole time. I thought I was in this layer. That layer just has the base layer. I'm in my other layer here. Oops. Oh well. I mean, the thing is, like, if you were painting on a canvas, you know, you don't really have control over which layer you're painting in, do you? You know what? I think I'm just gonna switch over. Let's just play stagger instead of this mix in the background. Oopsie. I just have those stagger feelings. Oops, eraser. No. It's always kind of difficult trying to figure out, like, something like this, like if you're blending too much. Right? I've got a pencil brush selected again. That's actually kind of cool. Let's... So it's interesting. I was looking for an actual skull. Because, you know, you've got, like, contemplatives. And a lot of people, they keep a human skull, right? On their desk or something like that. And, I was looking around the internet trying to see, like, where can I purchase a human skull? Which you might think is a little weird, but it's not so weird because there are actually sites on the internet that specialize in the selling and distribution of human skulls. So I came across one, it was called, I think it was skullsunlimited.com. You can purchase human skulls there. And a couple more too. I don't quite remember the others. But yeah, I think it was skullsunlimited.com, which I found very interesting. But they're very expensive. A human skull that's prepared goes for around $3,000 US. So I don't know. I mean, do I need a human skull? No, I don't. So I didn't purchase one. But if anybody on this, oh, there it is again. I love this track so much. Oops. Get back. You know what we could do? We could put some kind of shadow behind here. Let's add another little layer. Flow down, size up. Boom. Oh yeah. That might be a little much though. Jeez. That's not gonna help me. There we go. This isn't exactly what I thought it would turn out to be. But, I mean, I guess that's one of the cool things about stuff like this, right? It doesn't really turn out like you think it would. I really went overboard with the teeth there. Yikes. Let's add some more detail to these eye sockets. Sort of match that a bit. Let's turn our mix up. Oh, here again. There we go. That's perfect. I just don't want to lose the detail. Like, if you get too much smudging, it just sort of like, you know, it does detract. Let's take this down even more.
Shades of phosphorescence. They come deep. Spectral friends. Joining hands upon the flames toward the sky. We can never put aside these ceramic shells. Exposed to one another. Exposed to the sun.
So how's it coming out? Everybody like my little skull? I don't know why I'm using voices. I do that sometimes when I'm just kind of talking to myself, I guess.
And you were too.
I mean, something like this, you never know, like, how far it's going to go. It's like, how far am I going to take this? How far am I going to work on this thing before it's finished? You know? This is actually my favorite part of painting something like this, is just adding in little details that can help it really become, you know? Man, I should just do these all the time. This is fun. I might just make every Behance stream from here on just me painting skulls. I'm sure everybody would be super pleased about that, especially Adobe for Education. I bet, you know, they'd be like, yeah, Joseph, just keep on painting skulls. K through 12s really like it. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. They're so focused on one particular product, really, at this point, which is, of course, Creative Cloud Express, right? So Adobe for Education, very much focused on that particular product. And it's really weird, because they were never like that before. And I've been involved in that group for a very long time. Whoa! Hey! What the hell just happened? Let's fix that. Yeah, so I am... we can't play this one. This one has naughty language. There we go.
Why do you like it better when it's quiet? Have you always liked it quiet, or? No.
Well, I mean, I've kind of run out of things to say. So if anybody wants to bring anything up in the chat, that'd be cool. Feel free to do so. Hey, Chris Georginas. How are you? Keyframer. Yes. More skulls. I can't get enough.
What are you doing?
You know, I should
Listening to music and not talking.
I should do some stuff inside of animate with skulls. You know, here's the thing. It's like you get like a schedule going, right? So I've got my streaming schedule, and let's bring it up. Where am I? I've got too many devices going on here, so it's like, there we go. Let's have a look. All right, so here's my, wait, you guys can't see this, can you? This is kind of covered. All right, let's hide my iPad. Blink. Skull goes away, poof. All right, so here's my page. Here's the stream right now. If you go to my work, which is where you wind up, you'll have live stream schedule. And if you click on this, you can always see what's coming up. So here we go. Today, more skulls, please. 25th is going to be some more Illustrator. Then April, we're going to do some stuff in After Effects. Animating bitmap content in Animate. That might change. I don't know what I was thinking when I scheduled that out. I've got my grungifying appearance series, right? So, thinking about grungifying. Yeah, so Chris, I just sort of like, you know, I've got my little doodad here. So Adobe for Education gives us these, but they look, in my opinion, They look very childish for this season. Let me find one. Well, actually, I think I deleted them all. I probably did. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of like that. They give us all, you know, social media posts for stuff like this, and it's got the same information on it that you see here, except I created this one. Actually, if I let me go into Twitter, because if we go into Twitter, you'll see what I'm talking about. Pull this over. This sort of deal. Right? Like, right? No, don't want it. So, apologies to Adobe for Education, but no. Yes, yes. That's their branding for this year's set of like various live kind of events. And you know, I usually don't make a big deal about that stuff. Last year's was pretty cool. I didn't mind using that, but and I tried using it, like my last few streams have been using a modified version of that I tried to darken up and make a little more applicable for the stuff that I'm doing here. But it's just so damn childish looking that I'm like, no. After last week's stream, I'm like, I don't think so. I'm not using that. And we're not bound to use that. They provide it to us, which is nice, but yeah, much cleaner. And mine was done in Photoshop instead of Microsoft Paint. So, yeah. That was a joke. In case nobody got that. I'm not sure what they used to create that. But I hate it. So I tried to live with it for a few weeks and decided last week after the stream, because I was so frustrated around the stream just bonking out on me and everything, and just stuff just looking bad. And it's like, you gotta do, especially if you do creative work, right? You gotta listen to your, you know, your insides. And God, yeah, I mean, I could vent for hours about certain things, but you know, then I might get even more ghosted by certain people. So probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, so I mean, the rest of this is just basically going through and, you know, I'm just adding details where I think they need to be and fixing things up as we go through here. Man, I love using Fresco. Fresco is like one of the coolest apps, right? It just like really enables you to do some nice stuff, you know? I mean, I've got a bunch of canvases and paints and stuff right over here. You know, I could go grab them. I mean, I won't, I guess, but you all believe me, I'm sure. I don't know, this is getting pretty close to being done. He's so happy. I didn't want him to look so happy. But hey, I can't help it if he likes what's going on here, you know? I think he's very pleased with what I've done. Get back there. So, you know, it's good. At least somebody approves, right? So I'm just not sure what to do up here because Everything's sort of... Alright, we've got too much going on there. Gosh, I just wish... Some just subtle... I wonder how he'd look with some hair. I guess... Yeah, let's not go there. He doesn't need hair. Let's not go crazy. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna call this guy pretty good. Oh yeah, I mean fresco's cool, you know. I mean I'm. Oh gosh, I see. We need some more shading down here. I've. That's like the reason that I bought an iPad, you know, a couple of years ago, was for fresco.
Exposed to one another. Exposed.
Because I was very intrigued, and you know, coming from a background where, you know, I was doing a lot of painting and everything back, well, I guess it's been some years, but, you know, I wanted to be able to, you know, you paint, right? Whether it's watercolors, oils, acrylics, whatever it is. And, you know, you've got finite resources. Like, you've always got to be buying canvases and so forth, right? This cheekbone is like so friggin' big. Yeah, you're always like buying canvases, buying brushes. You got to clean the brushes. It's just, it can be a pain. And I guess for some people it might be, you know, kind of therapeutic. But I can do without the, you know, the this and that of the whole thing. Like, I'm okay with doing stuff digitally. Just adding a bit more shading here. Try to give it a little more dimension. Oh, dimension. All right, and something I like to do too is to do like some overlays with some just texture and everything, right? So let's go ahead and just create a new layer right above this. Go to our pixel brushes. And what do I have here? I don't know what that is. Let's see what brush I got. Oh, my go-go brush, of course. So I got my go-go brush here, which I don't really want. Syrah, maybe. Whoa. Wow. It's a bit much. But I'm liking the pattern. I was looking for something a little more grainy, I guess, but let's go ahead and do this. All right, so this is one of the things you really can't do, right? When it comes to a traditional canvas, right? Is working in layers, working with things like blend modes. And we can do both of those things here, which is pretty nice. Come on, guy, let's go. Oh. Are you kidding me? All right, overlay's looking pretty good. I knew soft light would come through for me. Let's go overlay. Just take the opacity of that layer down. We'll do another one. Yeah, it's just fun to be able to add like layers of texture and things like that to your paintings. Oh, yeah, that's something, Chris, I didn't even think about the whole like clothing aspect of it. Yeah, you can definitely ruin a lot of clothing if painting is your thing. Real life painting, that is. All right, let's go ahead and try something else here. Let's do some rakes. Well, thanks. Noise. Noise. Let's go. Yes. Yes, noise. Oh, that's too... Damn. Let's see what kind of parameters I have to change on here. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's too... Yeah. Get out of there. Now what the hell happened? I was using... There we go. That's better. I think it's just because, you know, maybe I should just do finger paints for these. I always forget that you can do that. But you can. Actually, does Fresco have pattern fills yet? I guess it doesn't. I don't know. I haven't used it in so long that, you know. Really, I mean, I should be doing this kind of crap in Photoshop as a treatment afterwards, but, you know. We're inside a Fresco, so what the hell. And, I don't know. I mean, can I say what the hell on Behance? Yes, I can. And that's the effect I'm looking for right there. So it doesn't detract from anything. It's very good. This is pissing me off, though. Yeah, exactly, Chris. I'm just trying to get some texture in there, you know? Just to work a little bit of texture in. Chris, have you done a live stream in a while? I haven't caught you if you have. There we go. Let's do a little bit better. Whoa, what the heck was that? I think I just deleted a layer. That's why undo is great, right? So if you're going through and you delete a layer from your canvas, you can just undo and, hey, there it is again. How wonderful. Just trying to diminish this, the prominence of this guy's cheekbone here. It's really something. Better. Better. Okay. And you know, there's always the point, right? Whenever you're working on anything like this, there's always the point where it's like you're overdoing it, which I feel like I'm very much at that point. When you start questioning some of the things that you're doing and being like, do I really want to do that right now? Right? Should I be messing with these details when I'm already kind of good? Probably not, right? So I think I'm going to end it with this. Now, I'm a little, I don't know. I used an A4 when I started this. Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? I just feel like there's not like a surface. It's just floating there. Who gives a shit? Oh, so Chris did one 3 to 4 weeks ago. That would be a stream. Yeah. So after last week, I actually went and blew away my entire OBS setup here and rebuilt it along with these new assets, overlays and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah, I hear about the NDA stuff. It's always kind of a pain when you can't talk about or show some of the stuff you might be working on that's, you know, that could be really cool. But yeah. And you know, it sucks too, like older projects. Like you know, I don't know. There's like so many projects that are just lost. Like just completely lost to time, you know? Most of my work has been like web-based, basically, like hosted on the web from my former life. And it's, you know, that stuff goes away. There's nothing you can do about it, but it does, it goes away. Let's see here. More skull. There we go. Cool, 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 cool. Let's share this to Behance, right? Yeah, I don't know. You know, Chris, like thinking about stuff, like, does it make a good stream or not? Is it material for a good stream? Like, it's like so variable, like the stuff that I see when I stream. Like sometimes I get like hundreds and hundreds of people that show up and they stick around, you know? And then other times it's just, you don't know what's going on. But anyway, has been a longer stream. I usually keep it to under an hour. So it's time to end it. So let's go ahead. Behance project. This is one thing I really like about Fresco too, is that it makes it so easy to get your work up onto Behance, right? So here we go. More skull. It's a drawing, Adobe Fresco. And that's one of the things about Behance. It's like a real pain, is having to like fill in all the different little things. It's nice that Fresco does it for you. Let's go ahead and just publish this guy straight up. Yeah, you never know what people would be interested in. You really don't. All right, cool. There we go. My work is live. Yay. That was fun. All right. Well, everybody who has joined in the stream, I want to thank you for joining today. I am going to go ahead and close down, but I'll be back next week. I hope everybody has a good week. I want to thank for joining me live, Flamid, Angela, and Chris, and anybody else. No, that's great, Chris. I'm glad you took over the chat, because for the longest time, like, nobody was saying anything to me. Stream doing your taxes. Yeah, I need to finish up my taxes. I just realized, like, it's only a couple weeks away, and I must have everything now. I hate taxes so much, because I always have to pay so damn much. But it's painful. Anyway, yeah, let's do we could do a tax themed stream one day. That might be, that's to test, you know, that'd be a real test. Forget about rigging. Do taxes and see what happens. All right, well, I'm gonna switch over. I'll see some of you later, and some of you, you'll never see me again probably. So how strange. All right. Keep skulls in your thoughts. And remember, you've got your own skull that you carry around with you wherever you go.